We want torchlight Oga, former Deputy Senate President, Ekweremadu case for inside UK. As we dey hear, say the UK government don't talk, say yes, so Oga, you dey guilty of organ harvesting or attempted organ harvesting. Your wife self, he dey guilty. The doctor, where he be say join body with una for this matter, he also dey guilty. And some people come to talk, say, hey, wait, why this matter dey like this? Considering, say, the wife been plead non-guilty, say, she not get hand for waiting her husband been they do, say, she not even know, say, her husband been get plan to bring their pikin come for organ harvesting because him they handle home affairs. Say, she should be civil service, so he be, say, servant, where she they do her own thing. But court self don't carry her join for inside the matter. And we get Oga Harry Wabweze. Oga Harry Wabweze, na person will be saying a lawyer we kajad well, and him they based in the UK there. So he understand UK law well, and in they, you know, in they used to how the thing they use be there. Oga Harry, good morning and welcome.
Thank you very much, Precious. Thank you.
Thank you as you join us. So make we even visit this case. You know, say the case don't they go on for a few months, but we like the way we be say 6 months, 6 weeks, then make sure say they take their judgment. You know, can't waste time like Nigerian own. So make we visit the way we be say then get their different proceedings till then finally find them guilty. If you put us through the case.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Remember I think sometimes 2-3 months ago, I'm not sure. That 2 months ago, we've been get discussion on this issue when they just arraigned Ekweremadu, you know. I had to give my assent on the matter, you know. Yeah, so, you know, the court of England, they very quite different from, you know, the court system for Nigeria. You know, for here, Nigerians, they make their findings, you know, and then submit their findings to the judge. We go, you know, give, you know, in sentencing and all that. So it's the procedure for Nigeria and here they different, which would they hope say one day Nigeria way UK colonize go follow the suits so that we will get criminals convictions in less than 6 weeks or you know. But I believe say we will get to that stage as time they go.
All right, Mr. Harry. So far so good. They don't convict them with the wait to hear the whole proceeding. When BC will come up next month. But now, make we first of all establish the modern Slavery Act first. In respect to this case, we make that they convict them. But we establish that one first before we dive into the main cocoa of the talk. So you feel just let us know where did they chook eye put, they point and say Ike Ekweremadu they guilty.
Yes, so the act where they convict Ike Ekweremadu in wife and Dr. Obeta na Modern Slavery Act 2015 is relatively a very new law. As a matter of fact, this is the first ever conviction where this act they find so far. So it's a very good development because there are so many aspects of the act. You know, there are so many laws where the act bring together. So more time will fail us for me to delve into the whole thing, but particularly part one of part 1, section 2 of the act itself. Now in deal with human trafficking, where they use, find Ekweremadu guilty as it stands. So I'll save you time by going into details of the ambits of that act. But if you read that chapter, you go see say if a person commits an offense of human trafficking, if you arrange or you facilitate to bring another person enter country, for the purpose of exploiting the person, human part. So, this act was applied, and if you go down, you go see where the punishment section of 1 and 2 be. If it's be life in prison, if it be when there's summary trial, if it be 12 months. So, but in this case now, with a year, say by May 10 or so, there's likelihood that the sentences will be passed, and he might likely get to 10 years imprisonment. But I'm very sure Ike Ekweremadu is a very senior, reputable lawyer. and I'm sure his legal team are going to probably appeal, or as the case may be.
Okay, so
So you get rights for appeal.
Yes.
all right. So, Oga Harry, make we look as the matter don't be now. As you've been with the people where they being put forward on top this case matter now. Oga Ekweremadu in wife and the doctor, and in Peking they was also part of the trial, but they talk say she no get any case. They be exclude them because she no get any case regarding that. And the wife also been come out talk say she no really they involved in any of the process. She no understand or she no really know what's been the shell. So why you feel say the court been decide say okay make the Peking Sonia make she no they involved and make the wife still they involved. Waiting make them make that the decision as it be.
Thank you, Adele. So before an offense before they go establish say offense don't happen, it gets factors where the court they consider.
Okay.
Majorly. The court they look at the intentions and the fiscal act itself. And intentions, it get other parameters where the court they always consider to find out how person get intention to commit offense. Do you understand?
Okay.
So in the instant case, Sonia, I think Sonia is her name.
Yes.
She no participate in whatsoever form. Remember, she was very sick. And at the time where then they arrange, travel documents and all that, she know they involved. I think she was even in Newcastle. She was here in Newcastle, having academic challenges because of, the situation where she did. So, I mean, the court ruling excluding her from, the circumstances is very welcoming because apparently you see, say, she don't even know what they go on. As a matter of fact, if you are a parent, you wouldn't even tell your daughter that you're trying to exploit another person for her to leave. Do you understand?
Okay,
so after all.
Okay, I be want to ask you, say, considering say the court no fit identify the actus reus and mens rea for inside with Sonia for that case. How then can you identify those elements with the woman, will be the mother? Considering say she been don't deny come out her hand for the thing, say she no, say my husband they run this parole, them I don't know what's in they run. So how then you get that criminal intent and criminal action from her will make they also find her guilty? Will be the actus reus and mens rea.
Okay, So in court at the Old Baileys, the matter was held in Old Baileys in London. So for court, we get evidence like WhatsApp messages where they tender for court. And then we'll get circumstantial evidences as well, where they use establish say she partly they involved. And so then go convict her, then go sentence her, they will convict her and then sentence her on that like she conspire for the whole matter.
All right.
So she's not part of, she's not a male culprit,
but she did involved.
Part of the plan.
It's an accessory.
Involved. That's what it simply means. Exactly.
Okay. So now make we try to look at the complainant, as in that boy, where he stand in all this. And also, I know say you just mention them small, but me I go want me you open them up where express them so that our people they go understand.
So if you go into the act, I think under subsection 2 of the section 2, right? You go see where the act does say whether the guy like may consent to or whether I like may no consent. As long as they don't establish, say you they ready to exploit the guy. And I think there's also a place in the act where it talks say no matter whether the boy is underage or, remember there was the last time we had this conversation, I was of the opinion that being overage, from the whole scenario, say if it exonerates the defendants in the matter. But as it stands, the act was clear. Whether underage or whether overage, whether you consent, no consent, as long as they don't establish, say you won't exploit the boy. And, like I said, there are undue influences like, you carry the boy come UK, promise him walk, promise him stay, And I think text messages
Inducement.
showing that he'll be paid inducement, on you know. So all of these factors, establish all of this offense.
Now, make we just declare with one thing, in a more legal way, you want to acquire human organ. What will be the rightful way as somebody like Ekweremadu supposed follow the rightful procedure? How is supposed to be? And who is supposed to collect organ from legally?
Well, from moral standing, donations no dey out of it. Family members no dey out of it. Remember one of his defenses in this matter, be say he talks say the boy na him cousin.
Yes, yes. They talk say the boy na him cousin.
If they have established family relationship, trust me, as slight as it be, he go there exonerated, whether he offer money or not. You know, because all of these factors now waiting they consider before them know whether they get whether exploitation did. If you go further, you go see where they explain exploitation.
What if somebody voluntarily give?
Yes, it's part of his donation. I said donation, voluntarily.
Okay.
Once somebody, voluntarily, I think at some point, I had an uncle that had a kidney transplant, and a family member voluntarily, donated and they went to India. So it's I think that's the only legal means of circumventing that procedure.
All right, so Ogawa Boise, make we look at the doctor and how himself don't use they guilty and waiting instant to lose as in they guilty. But again, sharply before you answer that, I'm going to revisit the boy. That boy being lie, saying people being established saying lie, saying being they younger, him be underage. But people can't find that from a record say he actually not underage. The law go in any way punish him for lying about his age. That on the one hand, they make you visit the doctor sentencing. What did the doctor get to lose?
Well, this law, the oblivion of the current circumstances. At least it's in line with the happenings in the society. So that I think that's hearsay. Those things were hearsay. Okay. Remember when the case happened, we started hearing all sorts and
exactly.
So I mean, it would obviously be hearsay because there was no legal finding whatsoever showing that the boy was underage or overage. I mean, till date, I never see anything as such. Okay. So let's leave that and face the fact before us. The doctor was found guilty based on the fact that he's also an accessory after the fact and that he was part of the exploitation. So I think there was an evidence showing that he was financially induced and was also trying to induce the victim in these circumstances. So I think all of these things played a part.
So what will be the likely punishment for the doctor right now? He go losing license, and for how many years he go losing license? Where if he using license work again, what he go fit become of him now as a medical doctor, and how he fit use continue to practice in medical practice if he finally serving sentences finish?
Well, you see, that's a stigma, around this whole conviction thing. For him, of course, it's really more worse because he will lose his license, definitely. Once he don't face, they don't finish, then he will go back to the medical association where then go do their own investigation. And of course, if it's sharp practice, then go collect his license. Perhaps now Nigerian doctor, if you return back to Nigeria, where Nigeria, they always accept second hands here and there. So he would probably start his practice again. So,
but if he see that means if he still practice for any other place for the world apart from UK. Now we see they try talk.
You see, this is a link between what we are saying and in reality. I'll give you an example of a certain man who was convicted in the US for a certain offense relating to narcotics, but unfortunately, he's making strands. He's doing so well, and as a matter of fact, he will be it will be number one citizen between, number one citizen where you and I go follow. Do you understand? So, I think it's high time that our system will stop encouraging baggage rubbish.
All right.
So
okay, so Oga Harry, now looking at the sentencing where Oga Ekweremadu, the minimum of 10 years, where would they look say Ingo get on top this offense we don't share. So, any possibility there where Ingo fit, come out, appeal or talk, say, okay, maybe they help. Would there be any possibility of the reduction in the years where Ingo serve if, maybe by good behavior or any other way, where Ingo fit stay shorter, in prison if finally sent for 10 years?
So the good thing about the criminal justice system in Western world is the introduction of plea bargaining, in their judicial system. So when you forfeit something or you decide to shrink some things off, then go reduce sentencing. So that's why they don't find them guilty, but they go sentence them in May. So those circumstances they're going to gather now to put together to know whether the sentence will reach the 10 years or not. So as it stands, we don't know, because we know the path of the procedures for court at this stage now. So now from, when they don't finish, they'll release statements, then we'll know, how many years sentence you'll be serving. But I'm very sure it's not going to be more than 10 years.
Okay, so Oga, just before we open our
Wait,
phone lines, no vex. A lot of Nigerians, they confused about this judgment because if not for Nigeria, once it be said they judge a case, there and then they judge the past sentences immediately. But be like say this one, they first of all find you guilty. They can't give you time before they come to tell you what you be say the number of sentence where you go serve or the sentence where you go serve. Now, how the thing they operate for UK, just help us understand, because a lot of people they confused. Immediately they hear they say they don't find them guilty, they come they ask, oh, how many years is he serving? Not knowing that they don't rather fix another date where you be say they go establish in sentence. So help us understand that system for the UK very quickly, for the purpose of those who don't understand how it works.
Yeah, so that's what I explained to you, that in the UK they practice the jury system. Is like a double fusion where the jury or the juries decide on a matter and then come to court to present their findings. Then on a later date, the judge, after looking at all the facts where the jury's done their investigations and their submission and their findings, then go sentence. Do you understand now? So like in Nigeria, where we don't have the jury system, the judge, the cases are presented in court, the evidences are tendered, and then the judge rules and makes his judgment instantly. So it's totally different practice, the UK and Nigeria.
Thank
All
you.
right, Goga Ari, it's just a short, brief one. Now, looking at the judicial system in the UK with regards to this kind of matter, high-profile person like Ike Ekweremadu and the judicial system in Nigeria, what do you go advise, say, Nigeria judicial system need to learn from the UK with regards to this very issue?
We need to first learn integrity. I trust, say, if this process now for Nigeria, I did very sure, say, loopholes, the system go there, manipulated. So integrity in our system is high time, say, our judiciary will stand and, to the truth. Then number two, you see laws where ordinarily who suppose know, say, human trafficking, who suppose even reason, say, Ekweremadu, they go catch them on these grounds. So we need to start making laws, not just laws. My lecturer for school go talk, say some of these laws are just authoritarian in nature. They are just like bulldogs. You have laws, but we don't have enforcement measures. So you make laws, you then enforce them as you they convict people, which is very important. I'll give you an example of the new electoral act. A lot of people were caught doing law of electoral malpractice. Well, how many people they don't caught? So this, and then quick delivery,
In
cases,
the process.
It go help efficiency of course, we don't they preach this thing. I will not say judiciary they work very hard. It's unfortunate, say we get some loopholes and some how do you put it again? Some people who are still backward, but I'm very sure in the short time they get there. And Nigerians need to start trusting the judiciary system in Nigeria.
Okay, Oga Harry, a good say we did discuss this matter. We get a lot of WhatsApp messages where, as regards this case, and we just want to let people know, say, we don't open phone lines for them to even call us and let us know. Sharply, quick conversation on top of this matter, and maybe you won't even link them to the judicial system for Nigeria. I will just read quickly a few of the messages where they here, so we'll see as the matter will be. This one say, if they sentenced his wife and husband, what will become the fate of the sick girl? Now, waiting this person they talk. This one talks say the wife of Senator Ekweremadu is aware of the organ transplanting. Husband they steal money. Wife say she no know. He named a sharp guy from Abuja. Make I they read any of this matter with concern. They say while I sympathize with the situation with Ekweremadu's daughter, I however don't feel the same for his travails with the law. In saving his daughter, he must not cause pain for others. He failed to support the establishment of the solid medical institutions. And now, Karma don't catch up with him. Now, waiting Otumba prayers, they talk from Jos. Make I see whether I will get another one quickly for here. Make we read regarding this matter. Okay, so Oga Harry, you've been talking something about the...
So let me drop this. Funny enough, unfortunately, Ekweremadu now even initiate the bill, the law, where prohibit human trafficking for Nigeria.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So you've been talking something about the judicial system for UK, and you'd been make mention of jury. And I believe, say, just to clarify, who this jury be, or which group of people, or who them be. But before you answer that question, make we just take a caller where they on standby quickly. Hello, Olashino.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Mommy Gio,
go ahead, we hear you.
You see that case, I did tell you, say, they go jail a criminal for that place. You know, say, Nigeria and UK, they swap prisoner. They go swap and call Nigeria. They go release them for Nigeria. They go pardon them.
How you know this one? Oh, okay, well, thank you very much, Olashino. Let's say you don't get first-hand update on top of this matter, but hey, thank you for your opinion as well. So, Oga Harry, just for clarification, this jury where they talk about who them be or how they operate for there, waiting make them important.
They are selected individuals from different professions, different careers. They'll come together and make the findings. They are just people like me and you.
So now everyday people, regular people, they go put together to do this process.
Legal intellectuals,
people from intellectuals, people with their careers, where and sometimes it's voluntary, So yeah, they select the judge now. Gradually, they select them and then put them like a board, and then they do the findings and they listen to your story from beginning to the end, and then they make their findings.
Okay, so I've been asked questions. Say, he been talk. Say, insinuates. Say, Nigeria and UK did exchange prisoners. Not true. I say they fit exchange. Oga Ekweremadu now bring them. But maybe answer Kingsley call before you answer this question.
Okay.
Kingsley, you did there?
Yeah. Good morning.
Oh yeah, now.
Good morning, Kingsley.
We hear you.
This case very interesting though, to me. Very, very, very good. Because the reason why I'm saying this one of two things. If now Nigeria hear this thing happen, go hear. You don't sweet the matter things. Go hear anything. And they will tell you, say, then they on court, then they court. Till now, as a men this thing, go hear the matter. The matter has been quenched. See now, a Nigerian leader, if something like that is happening with them in UK. No. We'll not get the judiciary in Nigeria. Seriously. No. A person that this is a senator for House. And as something is happening like this in this country. I know you can't escape. Yeah, you can't escape from UK. You can't escape it. And that man will go jail.
All right, thank you, Kingsley. Make we take Idris. Idris, good morning.
Hello, Idris. Idris, you did here? All right.
Okay, all right. May we go back to Oga Ari to respond from the first question without initial person asking question reframe, and also
the swapping of prisoners with that one talk with that person is
yeah. So under international law, we get laws where they take care of swapping prisoners of war. But I mean, no same person will think of. Anyway, I can't say, but I mean, yeah, under international law, there is such laws in place for swapping of prisoners here under international law, which Nigeria don't, ratify that document as well.
Talking about,
so yeah.
Talking about swap, like you say it be like saying a POW, prisoner of war, or somebody when it be say he dey of high profile, where be say another country old. Now, in this kind of case, you see swap, you say if it be option.
Let's not speak into the matter, because to be honest, I can't say who wants swap, Buhari or Bola Ahmed Tinubu or who, well, we never can tell, but let's see how things turn out. But I mean, my point is that under international law, the options they're very available. If UK, how many UK citizens, Nigerians don't even convict, talk more of imprisoning them, where they talk about swapping them.
All right.
So, yeah, all right.
So make I read some more messages. This one say, good morning. My name is Pastor John Benedict from Lagos. Waiting Oga Ekweremadu do they very wrong. Make this one be as lesson to other people. May God help us. Make we take a caller. Hello,
Ikechukwu.
Hello. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning,
Ikechukwu.
Ikechukwu.
Ikechukwu calling from Abia State.
We greet you, sir.
Welcome.
Issue of swapping of prisoners now is those people, it's just like a mechanism to discongest their prisoners. Those people that they are remaining 1 year to end their jail terms. Instead of keeping them, they're now using for you to swap them so that the new one who are coming in can have a space. You understand? And Ekweremadu did a lot of error. If you want to do organ transplant, you must go for a satisfied licensed hospital, like Federal Medical Center, who will now look for a match. They are the one to write the hospital anywhere in the world, bearing the signature of that hospital. It's like a embassy communication to another embassy. You understand? That such a person has the same organ match, is coming for kidney transplant. So whenever the person arrives there, it's not a crime. But go and picking a young boy in a site, promise me a work, you have not even carried out a diagnosis test to find out if the boy can match the organ. Is criminal in nature.
All right.
You understand?
All right, thank you.
So you should have liaised with a medical institution recognized by law who has the power of attorney to write to any hospital in the UK, anywhere in the world. It's a communication between one hospital to other. Experts.
All right.
This person is coming for kidney transplant. So
Thank you,
that
Ikechukwu.
one was not carried out. That
Thank
is
you
why.
very
Thank you, Ikechukwu.
Okay.
Make we take another call. Alex. Alex.
Hello?
Alan. Good morning, Alan.
Alan, turn down the volume of your TV because we still hear the feedback for here. We believe say you hear yourself on top your TV. Call us back quickly. This will say, this is what you get when you don't develop your home. We have all what it takes to build a well-equipped hospital. So why they no build them for here? Well, we understand. Say not the issue of the on ground not be just about the hospital now. About the fact that the individuals they need, the person they need to do the transplant, on the side. All right, make I see whether I will get some more messages regarding this matter. Okay, good morning, my people. Thank God for the level of things regarding the proceedings. It is an eye-opener to our judicial system. They must learn. If not here, if I don't buy way out with stolen money, now waiting, Ufomo Gene, they talk from Lagos. Thank you.
So,
All right,
Oga
no, just
Harry.
take Idris. Like say they say Idris don't come
okay.
back. No,
Idris,
take
you're
am
back.
quickly. Idris, good morning. Hello.
Hello, my brother.
Oh, yeah, now, we hear you.
I don't come and see. What did I see for that man? That man is the one of the cabal where they scattered that cabinet for Asorok. Oh, senator, do that kind of thing. And that lawyer self talk and say is the one of the person who bring law. But that trafficking something there. See Nigeria, where will they go? Where will they go? Nothing for them. May they not let them come Nigeria. May just they face the jail. May just they face the jail for there. In and die. Why? Wait till they talk crazy. You don't know anything. Then too now today then they do. See, my brother, problem
right.
for this country.
Thank you.
Thank you, well, Idris. Make we take Lucky, our last caller. Lucky, good morning.
I'll call you later, please.
You are talking to us now. You don't have to call us later.
So, Oga Harry, right? Ide person wey be say been call us earlier, come show concern. I've been a message where they will read about waiting the welfare of the girls, Sonia Gobi, if they arraign or they sentence both the mama and the papa for a long period, considering her present health condition. So you feel, say, because of her health condition, they go fit make one of the parents' sentences a bit very light, so that it go fit they possible, say they go fit quickly come out, maybe for fit take care of the girl, where you be saying, no, well, understanding, say, she need all the support which she get now because of her condition. Oga Harry, you hear me? You be like, so Oga Harry, no did again.
Hello,
Oga
Harry. Hello, Oga Harry. All right.
Okay, let's say don't go. Let's say don't go.
Try to come from a sentimental angle.
Yes, for them, you know, say yes. Since
what
he
when I
said
know
space
be
there for
say-
plea bargain or something. I remember say they said this, so they also see him with some cash. Where they above the normal amount of cash
money
where you supposed to carry travel.
What
Maybe
when
if you
I
hold
know
back
be
that
say
cash, now
the
they
law-
like, okay, because of this, may your wife do, instead of 5 years, may your wife do 2 or 1.
They know they
Make
do
you
like
fulfill,
that
go
for
take
the
care
law.
of
The law, they close eye.
The law
Something
close
like
eye. They're not
Nah,
this
facts.
sentimental
Yes.
unless certain legal terms they come to place. Oga Harry,
Yes.
Yes,
Sorry.
in conclusion.
I didn't know I muted myself.
You been hear the question
so-
what I asked that time?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Help us
Yes.
finalize them quickly.
So this is it, yeah. The UK is a very organized society, country, and the most likely things will go happen. We say, NGOs, organizations will likely pick up her matter, and then they'll try to see if there will be voluntary donations. And you know how the health system in the UK is a bit advanced. You have more called the NHS. By virtue of her being a student in the UK, she's entitled to free healthcare system for the most of the time she'll be in the UK. So she most likely take advantage of all that as well, and probably wait on the queue if that's the case, So on the other hand, I believe say the parents the parents they're wealthy and they don't make available resources where go fit take, because as it stands now, I know say a lot of people go down there willing to donate organs to Sonia, but now the fundings and all that. So I believe all these things go down. If we follow them through privately, I believe say answer has gone there to these questions by now.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you so
well,
much,
Oga
Oga Harry
Wambweze.
Wambweze. As you follow us talk, we appreciate you well. And we like the fact that we call you, answer us sharply. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, my people, we'll go take a small break. When we'll come back, Frank Farber will join us. Make it tell us how we go fit use export charcoal. That is, carry charcoal from Nigeria. Send into Obodo Yibo to use make a lot of money. That's now after this break. Stay with us when we come back.